Hey everybody, Phantom Shadow here. Welcome back to more the prologue to Deathnote Spiraling Trap. We're at the final stretch. There didn't seem to be any traps in the observation cabin. We should check elsewhere. Speaking of which, housekeeper. It's a large ship. I can't see there being... But to confirm, there aren't any passengers on the ship other than Mino, are there? If you're really as dumb as all those other good-for-nothing detectives out there, you can't rule out that possibility. What do you think? That's in bad taste. Chris is the only guest. The entrance and exit are controlled by computers, so no one can get in or out. I see. Other passengers. V2, V4, V1, V3.
It's a trap!
It's a trap.
集中です。
We dealt with one of these last time.
さあ、次です。
Well, I have new information about the luxury liner Granada. I'm all ears. The Granada is a large passenger ship built in 1965 by Mermaid shipbuilders. It is 238 meters long, 32 meters wide, and has 7 decks, including 3 floor passenger cabins. The first owner, a European tourism company, went bankrupt 5 years ago. Ownership passed to North American IT company Reboot, Incorporated, but the ship was retired shortly after. And yet, that supposedly retired ship is currently out at sea, with Mino and bombs on board. An old cruise ship that an IT company bought and immediately scrapped. Doesn't make sense. I'm currently trying to uncover what happened to the Granada after it was retired, but that's proving to be difficult. See what you can dig up about the docks in Krelia and all neighboring countries. The docks? I understand. I'll get back to you shortly. So the cruise ship is the key. Ship's owner. Fancy key. Zoom and shoot. Level 5 box cutter. It's a trap.
It's a trap!
落ち着いて。
This is new. Case with a lid. The lid is being held in place by screws and there's a small gap. First thing to do is get the lid off. There's no detonator to be seen. Explosive is fixed to the case. Some kind of button. There are wires feeding into it from the explosive. The detonator must be inside. Located it. The wires connect to the sensor to the circuit. Those wires will be key to disarming the trap. Imagine it's set up so if there's no liquid in the sensor, it detonated. Try not to shake it. Now that's clear how everything is connected, it's possible to determine which wires relate to the main sensor and which carry the signal from the button. Alright.
油断は禁物です。
Level 34. I apologize for the delay. I discovered a clue about the Granada's journey after it was retired. Of the docks in Krelia, there is only one which would have been able to hide such a large ship. The owner of the dock is a shipping company affiliated with the CLN, Combat Logistics Network, CLN for short, a multinational munitions company from the Middle East. I discovered satellite photos from over the past 6 months which I believe to show the Granada sailing in the dead of night. Then there's no doubt. If only we knew what the relationship between Reboot Incorporated and CLN is. I'm investigating them as we speak, sir. I'll report back as soon as I find something. Please do. Keyword added CLN. Walter, can you determine the current location of the ship using military satellites? I'm in the process of hacking into the military database. However, if the exterior of the Granada has been refurbished, it's not easy to identify. That's true. For now, please continue your investigation. Understood, Master. We'll be able to use the existence of the military satellites as bargaining chip. Keyword added satellites. Something seems to be caught inside. It's a trap.
集中していきましょう。急いで退避を。
Lockpick. There is no consistent time limit for these small traps, they all vary. Is that to stop us from being able to make predictions, or is there some other goal? Keyword added: time limit of small traps. Box with a lever. Circuit is exposed. Door is unlocked. Examine drawer. Gear. Fuse. Alright.
油断は禁物です。
Let's try this. Installed fuse. The power has been switched on somewhere.
It's a trap!
It's a trap.
慎重に。油断は禁物です。
All of these small traps you've disarmed haven't contained particularly strong explosives. They're not designed to kill. Non-lethal traps. Level 5 screwdriver. Crane candle. Level 5 scissors. Let's try this. Lit the lamp. Recipe for a strawberry vanilla cone. Recipe for a soda lollipop. Recipe for strawberry donut. Recipe for a banana. Recipe for a level 5 hammer. Recipe for fancy fruit jello. Recipe for nothing.
落ち着いていきましょう。命拾いしましたね。
Level 35. Paint can. There's fluorescent paint inside. Painting. Some kind of emblem. Fluorescent paint on the painting and wall. Is there something there? The middle of the painting is glowing. Handle. You know, we're here.
ここが正念場です。
This is probably the final trap. Stay focused. Wires connect to the explosives to the detonator. Investigate. There are two small holes. Attached to the handle. Sturdy box contains the detonator. Disarm?
お話ししたいことがあります。
You know, I know that I'm jumping the gun here, but once we activate this and get you off that ship, I have a present for you. It's not much, but I'd like to share with you a secret pudding made by the Phantom Patissier I'm acquainted with. Yes, the best patissier in the whole world. Only known to a select few. I'll tell you about it, especially once you've disarmed that trap. That's a good look in your eye, Mino, just like before. Let's disarm this trap with not a step wasted.
ここが正念場です。
Box made up of metal plates. There's another metal box inside. Looks like it should open. There are gears inside. There's a hole in the side of the metal box. Metal box of some description. There's a hole on the top to fit something. Seems there's some kind of lock in the center of the box. There must be a trick to releasing it. Fit the gear. Slotted the crank handle to fit perfectly. The gears started to spin. The lock has been released. The metal frame is visible. You really went to town on this build, but we're slowly getting a better look inside. The metal fitting has been attached to the corner of the frame. It's covering the sides of the box. The detonator. Wires are leading out of it. Metal wire has been twisted around the frame. Something is whirring inside. Oh. The construction of the frame is the same as the one at the start of this trap. In other words, it can be taken apart in the same way. A keyhole appeared. Some kind of keyhole in the lid of the box. It didn't work. Take a closer look. There might be a clue about how to open it. The construction is simple, but something seems to be caught inside. That's it. What about the box? Are there any clues there? On closer inspection, there seems to be a small plate wedged in the gap between the box and the lid. Something clicked. It seems to be the plate that was in the way, preventing the lock from opening. The lock was open, but the pick broke. Inside the device, which is hooked up to the bomb's outside, a button is attached. At last, the true nature of this trap has been revealed. There's a gap between it. There's no mistaking that this is the detonator. It seems to be connected to that device behind it, making this a lot more complicated. Use crowbar. Widen the gap behind the detonator. This can't be the main detonator. It has to be some kind of sub-device. My guess would be that it's an additional component that helps to control the detonation. Button is attached to it. What do you think this button does? Is it dangerous or... Alright. Remove the detonator.
よくやってくれました。
Level 36. Disarming the bomb has reset the remaining time.
よくやってくれました。
Nice. You've done well, Mino. You can rest now. I'll take it from here. Housekeeper, I figured it out. I know what your client is after. Are you still going on about that? There's nothing more than my client's revenge on you for destroying Corellia Moon. He's getting pretty worked up. I think I can use this. Housekeeper's unrest. If that's what you want to think, that's fine. You can go on being a clown. You think I'm a clown? No, that's not quite right. Clowns have a will. You're just a marionette controlled by invisible strings. What? I'll cut those strings for you. On the fourth floor, the housekeeper let slip that his client's goal was to force me to intervene. But what other proof do we have? I need to determine the client's specific goal. That is to say, what does the client gain from my intervention? What are they really after? There must be something I can gather from all that we've learned so far. Determine the client's true goal. Non-lethal explosives. The Granada. Time limit. CLN. Keeping a hostage who they don't want to kill and making them solve a series of traps. It's almost like a guinea pig. If the reason for going off land was because they didn't want to cause damage to the surrounding area, then with a new trap design, it's hard to tell how fast it could be disarmed. Forcing us to solve them, they can collect data. The CLN would never take such a risk and provide a dock if there was nothing in it for them. But if this was about a new product, the thinking behind setting non-lethal traps for someone is because you want them to stay alive and disarm them. Creating the perfect situation to force the opponent to act and then repeating the process. This is an experiment. What your client wants is the results of this experiment. They want data. This trap box would work even if it was just in a hotel instead of a cruise ship. So, why a ship? One possible explanation is that it can be sunk in the deep water, making it hard to find. But if the real reason lies elsewhere, that is, if it's on the ocean, it won't cause any damage to the surrounding area. Your client wants everything to play out at sea, and then they can sink the ship to get rid of the evidence. All that would survive is the data. You're saying it's an experiment? The time limits of the traps on the ship have been varying lengths. This wasn't just intended to be off-putting. The time limits are a test. There's no point in a time limit that's too little or too lax. It needs to be just enough to put the pressure on. But to determine that, you need to do a lot of experiments that calculate the average by using the best possible test subjects. With myself and an FBI agent, it's possible to conduct a high-level experiment. That makes sense. The fact a munitions company, the CLN, got involved means that they must have a vested interest. And what the CLN wants most is new products to sell to those on the front line. However, the traps used on the ship are not yet on the market. It would be reasonable to conclude that this ship is a testing ground for their new products. CLN are involved? Do you understand now, housekeeper? So that's why. Your client is using me for an experiment, the so-called game. They want to collect data on the performance and construction of new traps in order to improve them. And the people who are trying to market these new traps are the CLN, correct? This is preposterous. Jeffrey, explain yourself.
I
never lost at a game. I'm just an observer. I don't know anything. It's fine, Jeffrey. Nice to meet you, Al. I take it that you're the mastermind behind this, then. That's right. You can call me A. I appreciate your participation in this game. You make for a wonderful guinea pig. So it is an experiment. Thanks to you, we got some great data. We intend to use it to market a new anti-personal trap. A trap that the world-famous Detective L helped develop. The L brand. Catchy, don't you think? You should choose a better hobby. This isn't a hobby, it's business. Well then, gentlemen, we've reached the end of the experiment. You can enjoy the rest of this short cruise trip or try to escape, whatever you like. Hold up. I'm not done playing with L yet. Oh? I thought the traps I ordered have all been disarmed. Yes, the ones you ordered. But after the regular season, there's always the World Series. Well, suit yourself. Jeffrey, just make sure things stay on schedule. Yes, sir. On schedule? I wonder, could they still be hiding something from us? You have to stop Jeffrey. You know, Jeffrey is probably on the bridge. Arrest him and halt their plan. Head for the walkway first. It's on the lower level of the standard class deck. In other words, below from where the 4th floor was. Hurry, you don't have much time. Alright, but I think we'll do that next time. So... thanks for watching and see you all then. Bye.
Go要件はいただきます。しゃぶり続けても決して溶けない神秘のキャンディーの噂は、この味ものすごく好みです。ゼリーですか。英語ではジェリーですね。
In England, they call it jelly. I guess you could call it a favorite of mine.
いただきます。しゃぶり続けても決して溶けない。ソフトクリームですか。コーンもサクサクいただきました。バナナですか。皮を剥いた時の白い筋は体にいいそうです。いただきます。うまく結べました。 あ、ソフトクリームですか。コーンもサクサクいただきました。あなたがスイーツを選ぶセンス、繊細ですね。これからもよろしく。
You have a very good sense when it comes to choosing snacks. I'll be counting on you. Bring snowflakes.
いただきます。お団子はもっちりですが、鋭く尖った串は場合によって凶器に変わります。いただきます。よくかき混ぜて美味しくいただきました。あ、ソフトクリームですか。コーンもサクサクいただきました。いただきます。しゃぶり続けても決して溶けないあ、終わりですか。了解です。